I had friends in college, of course, but I wouldn't say that I had community. And that made it really difficult when my mom's cancer returned, and the summer before my sophomore year of college, my mom passed away. That happened in August. I went back to school, a week and a half later, just very lost, just making it through the days. That was something that, for years was just kind of my norm, just going through life, distancing myself from God. And so when I graduated college, I really felt like the Lord was beginning to work on my heart and was showing me that I needed to be back in church, back in Christian community.
What community is people genuinely love and care for each other, coming together, sharing life, doing life together. And I think that's kind of what you were missing out on at an important time.
Yeah.
My thinking on that point was challenged when I got to med school, and I was in a time where it was intense studying and it's tough, and I had like one solid friend, but it was through him that he changed my thinking about what it means to be in community. And I just saw the importance of being with people who are going to share that burden with you. Or whenever I moved to Jackson, Caroline was already living here. It was important to us that we find a church where we can have that community. First Sunday that we visited, we were still over at JA, and I remember walking up and immediately being greeted by V and Nicole here at Tuca. We talked with them for a while and went in, and Stevie was preaching. So it's funny looking back because these are all people who are in our community group now. But we could immediately tell that there was something different about this group of people. The way that they welcomed us in and engaged us and were genuinely interested. We're like, man, we really like V and Nicole. And then we had met DL and Meredith as well. And we, like I said, we just tell there's something different about that group of people. Like, we want to be a part of that. Since then, I mean, that group of people has become our
core, really. A cool thing that our group did whenever we started our community group was each couple took a Sunday to tell their story, to tell their testimony. And that was really awesome. We went last, and so I got to hear other people's stories, and I began to feel so much better about what I'd walked through and about the time that I'd spent away from the Lord. And so I was like, oh, well, there are other people who've been through this, who've gone through seasons of life where they're not, pursuing the Lord the way that they wish that they could say that they had.
I think that's what you see, in a community group that you may not necessarily see on a Sunday morning. You hear other people's struggles, you hear their failures, you hear their successes, and I think it takes some of that weight off the performance mentality that we have to have everything in line. We have to, we got to be walking the straight and narrow, which obviously, yes, that's always our goal, but life is hard. To be a part of a group of people where you're comfortable sharing your struggles and your joys opens up a freedom that you just don't get on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, a freedom that I'd never really experienced. So it was really cool. I felt like the night after we both got to share our testimony and our story, there was just kind of a weight lifted. It's like, wow, okay, I've shared that with someone else. I don't have to carry this burden alone. And that's been something that's been really cool, just in, other stories that people in our community group have told, and just walking through life together these past few years.
Well, and it's just, it's what we were created to do. God created us to be in community with Him, in a relationship with Him. And He created all of us to be in relationships as His church with each other. And so I think that community group to us is just is a reflection of that. And just coming together, sharing. Every week we rotate and someone provides the meal and we all chip in. And I know that like if anything were to happen to either of us, you know, the people who would be there for us would be our family, of course, but the community.
And we cherish that time so much. You know, like my sisters, my family, they know, don't ask us to do something on Sunday night because we're at community group.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's really fun. It's something that I wouldn't miss.